Hello, good morning, and welcome to Starr Breakfast News with me, Obed Gaglo. Coming up this morning, President of the Gadangbe Council, Ni Ayikwe Otu, describes as unfortunate and unsatisfactory the vetting of Greater Accra Regional Minister Linda Oklu.
It would have thrown little light on perspectives as to how she thinks class should be run. But so unfortunate that they decided just acknowledge those that she was with, and that was it. Is that they had finished.
The president, and everything we do is protect.
Also ahead, former Chief of Staff of the Ghana Armed Forces, Brigadier General Nunu Mensah, urges government to avoid over-politicization of Ghana Armed Forces.
The president, and everything we do is protect Ghana as a state. So I don't believe that the military actually should be politicized at all. That's not. No, what it also pose a threat to the country.
And also, WAEC calls for collaboration with parents to help deal with examination malpractice.
I think that this is supposed to be a collaborative effort and not something like parents against WAEC or WAEC against parents. We also want to ensure that the candidates are given the grade that they deserve and not something that they copy to get.
Had earlier short vetting that lasted barely 6 minutes when she appeared before the appointments committee on Tuesday. Her vetting raised eyebrows as the nominee before her spent nearly 6 hours being grilled by the committee. Ni Ayikwe Otu, who is a former attorney general, has waded into the incident, further questioning the basis upon which the committee subsequently approved the minister. He spoke to our sister station, GH1 TV.
If they had asked her a few questions, it would have thrown little light on perspectives as to how she thinks class should be run. But so unfortunate that they decided just acknowledge those that she was with, and that was it. Is that they had finished. I don't think that it qualifies as vetting. I don't know what report they are going to give, because in other instances, when they are presenting the report, they will tell you about the questions that were put and how the nominee answered, and to find out whether they're really up to scratch about the work that they should be asked to go and do. So this one, what report is it that they are going to give? I think they might have regretted their action because the public has not been kind to them. The criticisms have been quite, severe. So that's what I'm saying. We are not very enthused with what they did.
Now, away from that, a former Chief of Defense Staff of the Ghana Armed Forces, Brigadier General Nunu Mensah, is urging government to avoid over-politicization of the Ghana Armed Forces. It follows a public plea of the minority leader not to be denied slots despite his hard-hitting questions at the Defense Minister designate, Dr. Mani Boama. Speaking to Star News, Brigadier General Nunu Mensah said maintaining the military's neutrality will ensure it remains focused on its core mission of safeguarding the nation's security.
In the days of becoming independent, for Christ's sake, we should stop it. I mean, there are things happening in Ghana today which are not right. In my time, when I say my time, talk about 65 years ago precisely, the military, there was no politics in the military. I mean, there was. If you want to do politics, there are things happening in Ghana today which should be scrapped. Today, you go to the military, you are talking about the NPP group, the NDC, that is not on. The military are there to protect Ghana, not NPP or NDC. They are there to say, if the president is appointed, he's commander-in-chief. It's not because he's an NPP or NDC man, because the president, and everything we do is protect Ghana as a state. So I don't believe that the military actually should be politicized at all. That's not. No, what it also pose a threat to the country. It would. If you go through our history, I don't know how much of our history you know. We have had a few periods of instability: 1966, 1967, 1972, at some point in time, 1979. All the when the military actually were involved in, a coup d'etat, the military is not one. It is dangerous for the country if the military are not. So if you continue dabbling, in politics, as we are doing, the danger of very as a nation.
Now, the West Africa Examination Council has appealed to parents to work together to help deal with examination malpractices, which has led to some results in the just ended 2024 West African Senior High School Certificate Examination, WASI, being withheld. This comes after some angry parents, accompanied by their ward, to assist with ongoing investigations into suspected examination malpractice. There's more in the following reports.
A significant number of core mathematics results have been withheld by WAEC due to suspicions of malpractice. However, tensions escalated at the WAEC office when some parents vehemently opposed the requirement for their wards to submit statements, leading to a near chaotic scene. Some parents who had traveled from as far as Northern and Upper West regions expressed their frustrations to the media.
I standing before you, I'm a head teacher. I have to leave school and represent a friend's ward because the friend cannot travel from Tamale to this place. It was so urgent and ambiguous. They never specified what they were coming to do. Only to get to this place to be told that they will be writing reports on exams that they've written. The children are not aware. Parents are not aware. We are dealing with minors here, remember? So a minor has to be guided as to what to do. And if we are not...
I started my journey from Yendi since yesterday. Early this morning, around 5 o'clock, we arrived. After prayers, I will just walk into the examination hall here. We waited up to 10 o'clock. Then they gathered at hall 4. In that hall, no meaningful message has given to us. Why should you take the parents for granted? You call a parent far from Yendi side, only to come of no resource. Is that right?
WAEC officials later clarified that the report writing exercise is voluntary and parents have the discretion to decide whether their wards should comply.
Per what was happening, the kind of pressure they came to put on us in the room, and we could not stand the pressure. We're few. So what we do? We must also suspend it. And then if tempers calm down and all of them understand that this is what they are supposed to do, and they allow us to go on, we are here to work. Why not? We are going to do it. That's why I said that if you think you want your child to go through the exercise and write his or her report, you can do so. If you don't want that one, nobody can force you. You can also go.
While some parents stormed out in protest, others eventually agreed to let their children submit their statements.
But speaking to Star News on the back of this, Director of Public Affairs of the West African Examination Council, John Kapi, appealed to parents to help them nip such malpractices in the bud.
That this is supposed to be a collaborative effort and not something like parents against WAEC or WAEC against parents. We also want to ensure that the candidates are given the grades that they deserve and not something that they copy to get. These are not results that are an end in themselves. You are going to pick up the certificate and go on for further studies. Are you sure that you actually deserve to go, gain admission somewhere for further studies? And we also should work in a way that we protect the certificates that we issue. We don't just issue certificates because people have written and whether they copied or whatever, you issue certificates. No, we've got to be able to safeguard the integrity of the examinations that we conduct and the certificates that we award for that matter.
Now, acting presidential spokesperson Felix Ofosu-Kwakye has reaffirmed President Mahama's commitment to expanding electricity access following his participation in the Energy Summit in Tanzania. He stated that the president remains dedicated to advancing sustainable energy solutions to ensure reliable and widespread electricity supply across the country. Here is Felix Kwakye Ofosu giving a wrap on President John Mahama's participation in the Energy Summit organized by the World Bank and the African Development Bank during a press briefing at the Kotoka International Airport.
President Mahama recounted Ghana's experiences and shared the strategies that he in particular adopted to get us out of the perennial energy problems that we've had, and took the opportunity to advise against some missteps or mistakes that have been made in the past. He then reiterated Ghana's commitment to ensuring that many more of our citizens get access to electricity. At the moment, Ghana has electricity access of about 83%, which is one of the highest on the African continent. There were countries at the summit who disclosed that they had between anything from 12 to 19% access to electricity. So it shows that Ghana is streets ahead of many of its contemporaries, but more needs to be done.
Now, Minister for Youth Development and Empowerment, George Opari Addo, has reaffirmed the need for young people to acquire technological skills to remain competitive in today's rapidly evolving world. Speaking during a working visit to the Youth Employment Agency, the minister affirmed the government's commitment to creating job opportunities for the youth by establishing job centers across all 16 regions and the various districts.
By 2030, a lot of the jobs we see today will not be available because technology, AI, computers, robots are taking over most of the jobs. The African continent will have to train more than 2-3 million young people to be able to occupy most of these roles that are available. And so, as a matter of urgency, Ghana must position itself, position our young people to be able to take advantage of what is happening, that change, that revolution, that ICT revolution that is happening around the world. And we will have to train many more. That is why we are talking about within the next 4 years, we are going to look at training 1 million young people in various aspects of ICT. That is what we term the 1 million coders program.
Beyond advocating for digital skills, the minister also assured that government is taking concrete steps to provide employment opportunities across the country. He announced the establishment of job centers in all 16 regions and districts to connect young people with sustainable job opportunities.
The job center should be closer to the people who seek the job. And so we'll scale this up and establish them across the country so that every district has its own job center. And then young people can easily access it and then opportunities made available to them.
As technology continues to drive the future of work, the government's focus on equipping the youth with relevant skills and employment avenues is expected. And this thing. I think that's removed. See, I think that's removed. And this is how I wrap up this morning's bulletin. Grateful for your time. My name is Obed King Gaglo. For more news, log on to starfm.com.gh.